Today our lecture consists of the basic concepts of the time value of money. The first concept in the time value of money is the simple interest. Actually, simple interest is charged only on the principal amount. The following formula can be used to calculate principal interest, which is simple interest is denoted by I. P represents principal, I represents interest, and T represents time. We can understand the simple interest with the help of an example. Suppose $1,000 were invested on January 1st, 2010 at the 10% simple interest rate for 5 years. Now we need to calculate the total simple interest on the principal amount. So in this case, the principal amount is $1,000 and the interest rate is 10% per year, and time which is also represented by the n is equivalent to 5 years. So as per the formula, P means principal, which is 1000, multiplied by the I, which is interest, rate of interest, and T represents the time, which is 5 in this case. So the simple interest is equals to $5,000. Oh, sorry, $500. Now if we want to calculate the total amount at the end of the period, which is equals to P plus I, means amount equals to $1,000 plus 500, which is equals to $1,500. Now the total amount grows from $1,000 to $1,500. Means you invested $1,000 as a principal. Now this amount is equals to principal plus interest, which is $1,500. Now we are going to understand the compound interest. Actually, compound interest is charged on the principal plus any interest accrued. Accrued means you have earned interest now till the point of the time at which interest is being calculated. In other words, compound interest system works as follows. Interest for the first period is charged on the principal amount. For the second period, it is charged on the sum of principal amount and interest charged during the first period. Means in the second period we will apply the rate of interest on the principal which is actually invested, and plus the amount of interest which has been earned in the first year or the first time. For the third period, it is charged on the sum of principal which is invested first time plus interest first time and the interest for the second period or the second time, and so on. Now we can understand the compound interest with the help of the formula which is equals to P multiplied by 1 plus I over n key power n minus P. This actually is the factor multiplied by the principal it becomes the total amount, and when total amount minus P, you can calculate the amount of interest you have earned. Now we can understand this compound interest with the help of the example. Consider the same information as given in example 1. Now you are required to calculate the compound interest on the amount invested. For example, you have invested $1,000 at the first time, and the rate of interest represented by I is 10% per year. Number of periods means total time equals to 5. Now the compound interest equals to, according to the formula, P principal multiplied by the 1 plus I power n, which is 5, minus 1000. Now it becomes the total amount which you invested for the first time, which was $1,000, has grown up to the 1,610.51. Now you are required to calculate the interest, so you need to minus the principal amount, which is 1,000. This amount actually 1,610 is the amount which include two things. One, which is principal, and second one is the interest. So you need to subtract the amount invested. It becomes 610. This is the interest you generated over the 1,000 invested for 5 years. If for example, this example consider the compounding period, which is 10% per year. For example, if it becomes 10% semi-annually. Now you need to modify the formula. Actually, M represents to the number of compounding periods. In this case, the interest will be compounded 2 times. So you need to multiply the n by m. Now the total period becomes 10, and you need to divide the I by 2. Now the I becomes 5, and accordingly you divide the I by 2 here, or multiply 5 by m, which is 2. Now you need to calculate the amount of interest with the help of this formula, which has been modified. In this case, the actual interest you can calculate with the help of this formula.